Hi everybody, Stephanie Kraft here. This video is about false twin flames and how I don't believe in them. um, you know, there are rumors going around that have been going around for so many years on the internet, and people latch onto them and kind of frame their situation around that type of false belief. But basically, we have souls, and I'm gonna do another video on that too, about like different levels of twins, different kinds of twins, and souls. But this video is just specifically about false twin flames. So basically, I guess the notion is that you have a twin flame. They're kind of like a jerk. It doesn't work out. You don't really like them. It's a negative experience. And yet you feel the love and you have all those signs and all the twin flame signs and experiences. And then, you chalk it up to it was a false twin flame, especially if you meet somebody else who's another twin and is like, in your opinion, the true twin. And I don't use that terminology, true twin, because every twin is true, every soul is true, every soulmate is true. I don't use that. I'm just paraphrasing what I see out there, people using the words true twin. And that right there is a red flag for me if anybody is using that type of language, because everybody is true. Everybody's real. So what I believe, and this is just my opinion, it's my opinion and it's based on years of experience. And I'll get into that too in a minute. But in my opinion, there's no such thing as a false twin flame. And that is because a twin flame is a twin flame, is a twin flame, is a twin flame. And so if you've met one, and like I said, they were like a jerk, they were very dysfunctional, they were narcissistic, they were sociopathic, they were abusive, whatever it might be, it was a very highly negative, triggering, horrible, horrific experience for you. It didn't work out. They rejected you. Whatever the story is, and then you met another twin and you were like, oh, this is the real deal, because this one, there's so much more harmony. This one is so much nicer. Things work out so much better. There's less conflict or stuff to clear or heal, or this person doesn't trigger me as much. And we're going to be together and it feels so much better. And the love is, is more intense, or whatever it may be. I really don't know the stories out there, all of them. But then you're saying that first one was a false twin flame and this is a real twin flame. No, they're both your twin flames. That's it. They're both your twin flames. People have a concept or an idea or a belief system that you can't have more than one. So then they want to label that first one false. I'm sorry, but that's not how it works. So I have been doing Life Between Lives hypnotherapy since 2007. So what is that, like 11 years? And so basically this is the work based, Michael Newton's work based on his books, Journey of Souls, Destiny of Souls. And I was trained by the Newton Institute in 2007. Other people, there are a couple other organizations that do Life Between Lives hypnotherapy training for hypnotherapists. There's also Dolores Cannon, who has passed away, so has Michael Newton, but basically her type of work, QHHT, also takes people into a past life, into the afterlife, so that you're in your state of as a soul, you cross over. And so basically in Michael Newton's work, you cross over to the other side as your soul. And that's those sessions. I've been recording them and doing them for 11 years, and also am, in touch with or in communication with the worldwide network of practitioners of Michael Newton trained Life Between Lives hypnotherapists. And so there's a body of knowledge about souls, and not just from that work, but just in the world. There's a body of knowledge about souls in general from what we've gathered, those of us who are in the field of studying souls. And basically, there's no such thing as a false type of a soul. There are different types of souls. There are souls that are twin flames that have some type of origination from the same, so a replica, fractal, whether that's from the oversoul or from the soul, and so on. There's larger portions of us from the creator, and replicas and replicas and replicas. And so there are different kinds of souls called soulmates. So they're coming from different ones, different oversouls, and grouping together in a soul group. And they come from a variety of different oversouls or souls, and then they come together in a group of souls. So they're not directly coming from the same one replica of one, like twin flames are. They're coming from a different sort. We're all coming from source, but you understand what I mean. As we come further down into creation, there's more splitting. I don't like that word splitting. More replicas or fractionation is a good word. And fractals are created from the one. So twin flames are fractals, replicas of streams coming down from a common thread of energy or soul energy. And soulmates are coming from different ones. So they're not as closely related or connected as a twin flame would be. And so you can't have a false twin flame, because either your soul and who you're engaging with is your twin or your soul mate. There are other types of souls, such as spirit guides. Some people think that spirit guides don't incarnate, and a lot of spirit guides don't incarnate, but some do. And so you might meet another person who, you have like a pretty intense connection with them, or different or weird, something is unique about that connection. It could be a spirit guide incarnated to teach you something, to guide you in some way. So you have soulmates, you have twin flames, you could have a spirit guide incarnated. There's really not that many other types of souls that you're going to encounter that there aren't any that I've ever heard of that are other than that. Soulmates, twin flames, spirit guides. Angels, some people probably don't believe angels incarnate. They might or they might not, I don't know. But you might come across an angel. But basically, it's impossible to have a false, any type of soul. So you can't have a false twin flame. You absolutely cannot have one. It's either a twin flame or a soulmate. And a lot of times, if you think it's a twin, it is a twin. So if you think it's a false twin, it's actually a twin flame that you just don't really like that much. And you just don't want to admit it to yourself that could possibly be another aspect of your soul. And, I'm sure people are going to write comments. No, that's not true. And I don't really care, because I know that I don't believe in the concept of false twin flames. And I know that you can have more than one twin flame, because I've had two. Well, my soul is in 8 bodies or so or more in this incarnation, and I know all of them. And also, those, I know my experiences within the oneness of creation, and then meeting other aspects of my soul in other bodies, in other types of relationships. We can have twin flames that are our children, siblings, parents, co-workers, friends, not be a romantic connection. It can be our doctor. Somebody just commented on a video of mine today, her twin is her doctor. Actually, I know what that's like. But basically, it can happen. And so, twin flame can be any kind of person in your life, and it's not always a romantic connection. And so basically, it's impossible to have a false twin flame. Either it's your twin or not your twin. So if you didn't really like that connection you had with that person and you want to turn around and label them a false twin just because you met somebody extra special after that who's also a twin, I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't really attribute the name false to any other human being. I don't think it's respectful or accurate. There might be some black magic going on with twins, that where there's some dark interference, and I know that's happening. And the thing is, it doesn't make that person false. It doesn't make that person not your twin. They might not be your twin, but they might be like a messenger or soulmate, or person in a soul group that's adjacent to you, or your spiritual family. There's another, so you have your soul group, you have adjacent soul groups, and these are groups around that are next to your soul group that have purpose and meaning, that you're meant to do work with and have missions with and meet for different purposes. And then you also have, outside of your soul group, there's another peripheral field around that with what's called soul family, or spiritual family actually is a better word for that, spiritual family. These are more intense, challenging connections. Spiritual family, it's not in your direct soul group. It's an outer lying layer of souls that you're going to be interacting with. I had a person who's my spiritual family come in, and it seemed like a twin in many ways. There was telepathy, and he was coming into my dreams. I always, no matter where he was in the world, I would have a dream telling me what he was doing. So crazy. And it would turn out to be accurate. And because we would communicate then after a while, and I had written down my dreams and on this date, this, and he would confirm every single thing. And he's not a twin. And so we can have all kinds of, but he's not a false anything. I would never label another soul a false anything. Every soul you meet has a purpose. And, don't get caught up in lingo that's out there in the twin flame community. A lot of it is misguiding you, misdirecting you, getting you confused. It's way more simple. It's actually not simple, because all of this is pretty complicated. But basically, you are meeting souls that you are meant to meet, that are purposeful in your life, teaching you things, guiding you, causing you to do a lot of inner work, whether you like it or not. A lot of it is hard, especially if it's with a twin. That's a very big catalyst. So instead of false twin flame, I call them catalysts. Actually, every single twin flame is a catalyst. Some of them are much more severe catalysts, where you go through the most pain, the most suffering, the most transformation, the most clearing and healing. And that's what a lot of people are wanting to turn around and call that a false, because then they met somebody else who's better. And it's not true at all. It's just your second twin flame that you're meeting, okay? That's what's going on. That's all. So a lot of people don't believe in that. I didn't believe in it I didn't even consider it a thing until I met my second one. And then there's not, it's like getting hit by a train. You cannot deny it when it happens to you. So maybe expand, open, stop calling people false, call them what they actually are. Your twin or your soulmate. It doesn't really matter if it's a twin or a soulmate. What matters is your experience, what it's doing for you, and how you are growing and healing and evolving. That is the most important thing. And embrace all of it, because you chose it as a soul. Don't resist any of it, because you're going to really regret that when you end up on the other side after this life, like looking back and saying, oh my gosh, and you were judging all these things. But really it's other aspects of you coming in to your field to like knock you this way, knock you that way, so that you can learn and grow. It's all for you. Everything that happens in your life is for you, not against you. And if you take it that way, what am I supposed to learn from this? Let me look at myself a little bit more closely and see how I can improve, or how I can respond better, react better, or heal what's being triggered, whatever's coming up. So that's what I believe. And I don't believe in any false souls. So no false twin flames. Do not believe in that at all. It's a second twin flame that's coming in that's making you think that other one was false, or a really strong soulmate. And again, these definitions don't really matter, but we do know that these are very strong catalysts in your life that come in the form of souls, twin flames and soulmates, or a spiritual family. Okay, everybody, hope you're having a beautiful day. Many blessings and much love to all of you. See you later.